the Indiana Fever, a.k.a. America's team, drops another game tonight amidst Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. White Sheezus, a.k.a. Sheezus Clark absence. What is it to say about this team? WNBA All-Star wrapped up this past weekend. It looks like there was a lot of hooping and humping going on. The players are threatening to lock out. They're protesting. They're putting on their shirts. They're uniting. And a lot of people across America has a lot to say. We're going to break that down. Angel Reese is at it again. We're going to talk about that and much more right after the intro. Let's go! WNBA commissioner here, folks. All-Star weekend. Look at the professionalism. All-Star weekend on display. What's up, boys, girls, he, she, they, them, we, or whatever you choose to identify as? Welcome to the W360, your home for all things women's basketball. I'm your host, CJSoFoolish, and welcome to another episode. What's up, W360 Nation, and everyone outside and everyone all over in America? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Okay, what's going on, War Dog? Gracie is in the chat. What's up, Lisa G? What's up, Mitch? Kelly is in the chat. RC, what's going on? I see you're in the chat. Monica Middleton is here tonight. Lauren, I know you're out there. And Jade. What's up, W360 Nation? Welcome to another episode, guys. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, share, like, comment, and tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your auntie, your uncles, and your brothers, and tell that creepy brother-in-law that no one in the family like, and everyone in the family know he's cheating, but he's just in the family because he don't have a family of his own. Tell him to subscribe to the W360, okay? And if you are here, W360 Nation, as a repeating viewer, or if you have been here, guys, thank you so much, W360 Nation. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. W360 Nation, the word is getting out there, whether it's through W360 Nation or the haters who are in the chat right now watching. The word is spreading, okay? The word is spreading, so thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. All right. It's late. Well, not too much for me. It's just 9:51, but it's 10:51 somewhere and it's 11:51 somewhere, so it's pretty late. We're not going to be here that long tonight, but we have a full show ahead, okay? Tonight's game was atrocious. Atrocious! Tonight's game was atrocious, okay? At least the 6-minute mark on from the third quarter on out from the rest of the game, atrocious, okay? WNBA All-Star Weekend wrapped up. We're going to react to that. We're going to talk about the Studbudz. Going to talk about the Studbudz and the things that went on with the WNBA All-Star Weekend. We're also going to talk about the protest. The ladies are protesting, okay? And they are demanding. They are making their demands, okay? And Angel Reese, we're going to talk about her. Angel Reese is a hoot. Okay, we're going to talk about Angel Reese as well. Hoteps, if you're here, yes, we're going to talk about Angel Reese, okay? If that's going to upset you tonight, I suggest that you log out now, okay? I suggest that you log out right now. This is not the show for you, okay? We keep things honest here about Angel Reese. No one's hating. No one's hating. But we do keep things honest here about Angel Reese the same way we keep things honest about all of the players here that are in the WNBA. Okay? Now, this is a show that talk about the stars, okay? We don't talk about people that don't play. We talk about the stars. This is a sports channel. All right? So if you can't take criticism or true commentary, there are many channels out there for you that can ease things up for you a little bit so you can take. They don't give you so much of a bang. Okay, this show is a bang. If you can't take the bang, then get out of my town. Get out of my town. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started tonight. Art says, Miss CJ, you treat us bad by not showing up for a couple of days. Guys, let me tell you something. Your girl was out. Your girl was out of it, okay? It was All-Star Weekend, but your girl was out of it. I was out of it. I was down bad. If you follow me on Twitter, you guys could follow exactly what I was telling you guys. I was out for the count. I would not wish strep throat on anybody. Strep throat is worse than COVID. Okay. I was out for the count. I wasn't even active on social media for a couple of days. I was out. I was out of it. So I couldn't even really cover All-Star online like I wanted to. But nonetheless, we're here. We're here, okay? We're here. So to all the slows and the ashy hoteps and everyone in between, there is nothing that's going to keep me down from coming to talk about you. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started tonight. This game tonight, let's see here. Indiana, I want to start with America's team, okay, because that's the team in the WNBA that millions of people consistently tune into, okay? That is the team millions of people consistently tune into, all right? America's team, Indiana Fever, dropped the game tonight to the New York Liberty, 84-98, okay? Started out well, okay? But it's just time to have a conversation, all right? It's just time to have a conversation. Caitlin Clark is out. The latest update, Stephanie White said that she is getting tested from multiple medical professionals. They don't pretty much know what's going on right now. They don't know what the status is or when she's going to come back. It sounds like she's going to be out for a little minute. If you ask me, I think White Jesus is going to be out probably into playoff time or close to playoff time. A groin injury is not something you can just play with or just kind of play on. It's a tough injury to kind of come back from. Lisa Leslie, if you guys haven't heard, has said on air, I can't play it here, but she has said on air that she's had that injury. She suffered the groin injury and it still nags her to this day. It's not an injury. It's not an ankle sprain, okay? It's an injury that you really just have to learn how to play with throughout the rest of your career. So, White Jesus is trying to figure out what's going on with her groin. She probably won't be back until another couple of weeks. That leaves this team to Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. Okay? Kelsey Mitchell showed up tonight. Aaliyah Boston, if you ask me, did not. I'm going to start right there. Did not. Aaliyah Boston should have had a field day with Izzy Harrison. Izzy Harrison stinks. She stinks. She's a stinky, dirty diaper. And Aaliyah Boston wasn't playing aggressive enough with her. Aaliyah Boston act like she can't play if White Jesus isn't on the floor. I'd like Aaliyah Boston to get a little more takeover mentality in her. Between her and Kelsey Mitchell, there should be a two-man game going on between them. A two-man game. They're the big three in this league. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and White Jesus. White Jesus is down. Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston should have a consistent two-man game. And then look to Sophie Cunningham, the Nubian White Queen, to knock down the three, who had a decent game. Sophie Cunningham, you look to her on the outside, you don't pretty much have anyone else. I don't know what's going on with Lexi Hall. Natasha Howard shouldn't be in this league. And Ari McDonald got her contract and forgot how to shoot and play basketball, and she's too small. Okay, now we're just being honest here. Ari McDonald came at a time where this team was desperate for anything that was just halfway decent. So she came and she played because her livelihood was on the line. But then Ari is showing her true player colors, who she is. Ari is showing you who she is. She's a 10 to 12-minute player at best. She's not a starter, and she's not a 30-plus minute player. That's just what it is. She's not. This team is mid. This team stinks. This team is full of players that are just okay. So you got an okay player, and an okay player, and now you just have an okay team. And that's just what it is. That's what it looked like tonight. Ari showed up. Ari's family was watching. Ari's family said, you go out there and you get that contract, okay? You go out there and you get that contract. We got overdue bills. We got debt. You're not on the team. You go out there and you play your heart out. She played her heart out. She played. And then when she signed for the rest of the season, she said, hey, I did my part. All right, so Ari just coasted and coasted. She can't hit a shot. She can't feed the post. She's getting beat off the ball. She's playing too aggressive. She's not doing it. Damaris Dantes can't hit a shot. She's slow. She's getting beat. This team is just mid. They're okay. This team has to go. This team has to do what New York is doing. Build around your star player. Get some really good players around White Jesus. Not just okay players, not washed up vets that no one else wants. Not someone that you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars to who don't even get on the floor. Not a point guard and a point guard here who don't look to score, can't really score, can't run a fast pace offense. Get some quality, good young players on this team. These players, they just not cutting it. They're just not cutting it. quarter mark, or was it the fourth quarter mark? It was a 6 minutes left. Natasha Howard pulls a 3. Why are you shooting threes, Natasha? You stink. And why is it Stephanie White Leather telling her, hey, Natasha, you're the last person in this universe that should ever shoot a 3. Why is she shooting threes? Why? She stinks. Natasha Howard stinks. She stinks. Seriously. You're going to keep playing Natasha Howard, who's stinking up the place. The only time Natasha Howard could be effective is if she's literally spoon-fed. Spoon-fed. On offense. The only person that can play make like that is probably White Jesus, who she doesn't like to play with. But other than that, there's nothing else she can do. She can't rebound. She can't rebound. She gets pushed all over the place. She's weak. She's slow. She stinks. She's awful. She's awful. She's awful. I don't know what's going on with Lexi Hall. So Natasha Howard shoots the 3, boinks it, because 10 out of 10 times when Natasha Howard shoots a 3, it's coming back. It's coming back. We're not taking the ball out. It's coming back. So Lexi Hall get the rebound, or she gets the offensive rebound. Lexi Hall blows the wide open layup. These are professional players. They're professional players. Mind you, it's like 16 seconds in the shot clock, and Natasha Howard pulls a 3. She stinks. 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 She's charter flight traveling all game. Why are you traveling and having a bad game, Natasha? It's not like you were an all-star or anything. You should have been in the gym. You're not an all-star. Seriously. There's a reason why Ari wasn't on the roster. I'm just being honest. She's showing you exactly why she was still available. Literally the only point guard available out there. She's showing you why. But yeah, altogether, this squad just can't pull it together. Like I said, Aaliyah Boston act like she don't know how to play when White Jesus isn't on the floor. Stephanie White rotations are still questionable. Okay. But at the end of the day, I mean, these women, they don't pull it together. They can't pull it together. New York was very beatable tonight. They were very beatable tonight. This could have been an easy steal win for America's team. Without Caitlin Clark, they were very beatable tonight. But then they just kind of just fell apart. They just fell apart because the talent isn't there, and neither is the personnel. This team just lacks skill. Natasha Howard stinks. Lexi Hall isn't playing well. She's stinking up the place. Sophie Cunningham is fulfilling her role. Ari McDonald isn't good. Sydney Colson stinks. She can't run a fast-paced offense. She stinks. She stinks. She stinks. Overall, she stinks. Likeable, lovely, stinks. Dantes isn't playing well. She's slow. She's not hitting any shots. She stinks. KK isn't playing for some reason. KK isn't getting any minutes. And then there's no one else. There's no one else. This team is a reflection of this front office. Stinking. Bad decisions. Bad decisions. Seriously. RC says, I feel like Ari is in neutral. Howard and Dantes killed us. Absolutely. a look at a few plays from tonight. We'll go over the stats, and then America's team move on to Vegas next. They play Vegas Wednesday. What's today? Tuesday? They play Vegas Thursday. Yes, they play Vegas Thursday. Move on to Vegas. Hopefully they can beat Asia Civil Rights Wilson, a.k.a. Asia Civil Rights Whistle, and that stinky Vegas squad. But who knows? Who knows? It'll be a mid-off. We'll see. But let's take a look at a few plays from tonight. We'll go over the stats, and then we're going to move on to the protest and All-Star Weekend. All right, here's Sydney. Kelsey Mitchell had a great game tonight, which I just don't understand how, again, Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston there should have been a two-man game the entire game. The entire game. Sophie Cunningham, White Nubian Queen. Sophie Cunningham is still hungover. And she still had a decent game. Sophie Cunningham is still hungover. Lexi Hustle pulls the three. Stewie, I think New York is going to win it this year. They're a complete team. They're a complete team, especially when Natasha Howard is hitting. New York looks good. They're gelling even when oopsie. Even when Sabrina Ionescu, she's very, very streaky. Sabrina Ionescu will shoot really well one game, and then the next game she'll go 1 for 47. But even when Sabrina Ionescu is playing stinky, and I root for Sabrina. I like Sabrina, but she's very inconsistent. Okay. Stewie steps up. Cloud will step up. Now they have JJ back. I think New York is going to win it this year. I do. In a perfect world, I would love America's team in New York to be in the finals, but or in the playoffs rather. But nonetheless, just being realistic, I think right now New York looks like the best team in the league to me. They look better than Minnesota. They look better than Minnesota to me. They do. New York is their chemistry is out of this world. And like I said, they have Jonquel Jones back, so they definitely are looking like a top contender to win it all this season. They have a lot of weapons. So, nonetheless, for tonight's game with America's team, Kelsey Mitchell ended the game 29 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Aaliyah Boston, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. I think Aaliyah Boston should have had at least 25 points tonight. At least 25 points tonight. You had Izzy Harrison on you. Izzy stinks. Izzy can't guard Izzy. Natasha Howard, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Sophie Cunningham, 15 points, 3 rebounds, a steal. Shot 62% from the field. Ari McDonald, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Lexi Hall, 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Sydney Colson, regular Sydney Colson stuff, donuts across the board. Krispy Kreme donuts across the board. 2 assists and a steal. Damiris Dantes, 0 points. She was 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from the 3. A turnover. 2 rebounds. Bree Turner, donuts, didn't play, and KK Timpson didn't play as well. All right, So a lot of donuts. Too many donuts on the board. All right. On the Liberty side, Sabrina Ionescu, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 9. She had 9 assists, though, but she was 5 for 15. From the field, 3 for 6 from the three. Brianna Stewart, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. Fee Mitch, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Just a balanced attack here. Izzy Harrison, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Izzy Harrison is so sorry. Jonquel Jones, in her return tonight, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Natasha Cloud, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And Burke has 7 points, 2 rebounds, okay? Johannes, 3 points. So nonetheless, like I said, we'll see what this squad does against the Aces. Hopefully White Sheets come back sooner than later, because this squad is almost unbearable to watch without White Sheets playing. And I'm just going to be completely honest. They're hard to watch. They are. I started cleaning. I did. I started checking my microwave. I was like, let me see if my microwave clean. I need to clean something tonight. Shit. Watch this team. I mean, just watching Natasha, it's almost like a punishment. Watching Natasha Howard play is like a punishment. It's like you're in trouble. They should put, if Natasha Howard is starting and playing the whole game, they should put this game on. You should have to watch Natasha Howard film if you go to jail, just to add to your punishment. If you get caught stealing, you speeding, a DUI, anything like that, when you go to jail, they should make you watch Natasha Howard film. They should. I promise you, everybody would go to court and say, I'll never speed again. I'll never steal again. I promise. I'll never want to see anything like that again. Ever. They should. They should put Natasha Howard films on in jails, in hospitals, in mental health facilities. Just put on Natasha Howard films to encourage people not to come back here. Seriously. Thank you for the super chat, IDX Texas. What's up, Texas, if you're here? Thank you for the 1999 says, sup, CJ. Here's some love for the ex-hate. Thank you for all that you do. Here's some love for the ex-hate. Oh, the Twitter hate. Oh, I recognize your name. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, the Hoteps have found the show. The Slows have found the show. My goodness, the Slows, they are going in on me on Twitter. They sure are. Who are we pulling up next? Here we go. Yes, the Slows have found the show. They might be watching tonight. They probably haven't said anything in the chat. I don't know if they've said anything in the chat yet, but the Slows and the Hoteps, they found the show. They are painting clown faces of me on Twitter. And they don't understand that this stuff doesn't hurt my feelings. I have very thick skin. I'm a comic. This is my favorite game. My whole thing is, if you're going to put up edited pictures of me on the internet and put clown faces on me and things like that, you should put up pictures of who you are. This has to be fair. I love this game. Let's go back and forth, baby. I love it. You can't hide behind a cartoon picture or some random little profile picture and put up edited pictures of me. I have to see what you look like. Let me see you. You can see me. I'm here. I'm on a video. I can't edit this video. There's no filter here or nothing. I can't edit none of this stuff. This is live, baby. This is live. Okay? Let's see you live. Let's see you live. Let's do it. Seriously. All right. Sarah says they fell apart when Stephanie couldn't call that challenge or wouldn't call that challenge for Sophie. That's fair. That is a fair assessment. But this is, again, a team that, I mean, you guys are professionals. You guys have to learn, move on. Come on. You got to live with it and keep playing. You got to live with it and keep playing. RC says CJ invented the clown face. Deal with it. Seriously. Seriously, I promise you guys. All right. If you are here, guys, and if you have not liked this video, please like this video. Please like this video. If you haven't, it takes a second. It takes a second. Please like this video. Okay? Thank you so much, Gracie. Thank you so much for the super chat, Gracie. Thanks for the 999 cents for making me laugh so much tonight. Thank you, Gracie. I appreciate the love, guys. It's the best way to support the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The WNBA All-Star Weekend was this past weekend. Okay. A lot has went on. A lot has happened this weekend, and it started with these two right here. These two right here. Now, if you're not familiar with these two, that's up here on my screen. These are the Studbudz. Okay, they call themselves the Studbudz. They both play for the Minnesota Lynx under Cheryl Angry Reeve. Okay. These two did a 72-hour live stream. Now, guys, you all know W360 Nation. You all know my birthday just passed. I've aged out of what the kids do when they stream for 24 and 48 and 72 hours. I've learned about it this past weekend, okay? So I'm going to, if you guys don't know, I'm going to let you guys know. They stream. These kids stream. These kids in their 20s. I think these both are still in their 20s. Courtney might be in her 30s. She looked like it. Courtney looked like she could smoke a good pack of Black and Milds. And if the store is out of Black and Milds, Courtney looked like she cleaned out a box of Newports. Seriously, I'm just being honest. And this is all in fun. But Courtney, she might be in her 30s. I'm not exactly sure. But I think Natisha Heidemann is in her 20s. Nonetheless, guys, the kids nowadays, they're streaming for days at a time. They keep their stream on when they're sleeping. They keep their stream on when they are showering. When it's on 24/7, right? If you guys haven't heard of Casanat and, these other streamers out here, I only know about them through my little nieces and nephews. My nieces and nephews love the streamers. So brilliant what these two did over All-Star Weekend. They brought the streaming platform and audience to the WNBA. I have never downloaded any type of streaming software. Okay, I barely keep up with my social media. I have Twitter and I have YouTube. Okay, that I keep up with. That anything else you see out there, it's not me, it's AI. Nonetheless, I do know about the streaming, and these two did a 72-hour stream where a lot of people tuned in, and they were able to bring a unfiltered and just live viewpoint into the WNBA, and it was absolutely brilliant. Okay, they were good. I caught many clips of them. They were funny. They're likable. Okay, they didn't bash anyone in the league. You didn't hear any victimizing. You didn't hear any complaining and things like that. They they were enjoyable. Okay, if you were home watching the All-Star game, you can see all of WNBA behind the scenes through these two live stream. It was great. It was brilliant. The clips that I caught, it was brilliant. They interacted with the audience. This is going to go huge. And I really, I think that they just opened a whole new door of marketability for the WNBA as far as social media. These two did. Okay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have one highlight. I didn't want to pull up. Hopefully you saw online, there were a lot of clips going around of, them dancing on each other at parties. Angel Reese was loose and dancing. Caitlin Clark was chugging, many players, they were just, having drinks and having a good time. It's All-Star break. It's All-Star weekend, right? So, they were able to just let loose and have a great time. And you can appreciate these two for giving you that insight and that visibility into the WNBA and what All-Star weekend looks like. And here's one part where you can just see the commissioner. I mean, we're going to come back and talk about this a little more, but you can just see just how loose they get in the WNBA. You're a commissioner, folks. In case you missed it, I played it at the beginning, but I want to play it here. Loose at All-Star. There's the commissioner. So I'm the type of person, guys, I never try to be the person that ruined a good time or, the party pooper. Who wants to be a party pooper, right? It looks like a good time, but even watching this, you have to kind of wonder, like, were there not any other private parties going on in Indiana? Maybe that, people her Kathy's age were at, that was just a little, if anyone has worked in corporate, there's a Christmas party every year, right? And your CEO and your top, everyone, they attend the Christmas party, but you don't see them at the after party. They don't even stay long. Your CEO, they don't stay long. You never see a professional act in this manner, except in the WNBA. And that leads me to, just with watching what went on in the WNBA, just how the WNBA not only support, but promote the fraternizing that happens in this league. Like, it was disturbing to see. And I'm not trying to be the party pooper here, but all the hooping and humping that happens in this league was on full display this weekend. And the WNBA official Twitter account was promoting it. I mean, I don't know how many relationships were, just put out this weekend from Paige. I mean, they're just on the mic. They're just like, yeah, I got a girlfriend, and so what? Yeah, my girlfriend is AZ Fudd. And then you just have everybody that's just like, and I'm like, what is going on? You got Alyssa Smith and Dejanay, they're together, and so who else? Sanaya Rivers and Marina Mabry, who are on the same team, the same stinky team. They come out together. We're together. We've been humping all season. Okay, no wonder that squad stinks. Because you're not hooping, you're just humping. That's it. That's it. No wonder the skill level in this league is so terrible. Because you're exhausting all of your energy in just the humping. And it's approved. It's approved within the league like PTO at a 9 to 5. In what real world? Oh, Izzy Harrison and Natasha Cloud. Natasha Cloud wins the skills contest and says on the mic, get this, folks, you're not going to believe this if you missed it, says on the mic, I won this money for me and Izzy to get a house together. This is the down payment on our house together, baby. And they kiss. I want to be clear here. I'm not talking against the relationships in itself. What I'm speaking on is the fraternizing. It's promoted and supported. Where is that not a conflict of interest? Shouldn't this not be allowed? Didn't all of America see what happened at the Coldplay concert? The CEO and the head of HR, they were caught at the Coldplay concert, and as soon as they were caught, they said, they dodged the camera because fraternizing is not allowed in the real world. Not in the WNBA. Not in the WNBA. They're loud and proud, baby. Loud and proud. Yeah, we're humping. So what? Fraternizing in the real world, not in the rainbows and unicorns and clouds of the WNBA. Fraternizing in the real world is punishable. You see, the CEO had to take a leave of absence. It's not allowed. So to me, I was a little bit taken aback. Not because of the same-sex relationships, could care less about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about employees dating each other. Deeper than that, teammates dating each other. That's generally not allowed. Seriously. So I was a little bit taken about that, for that. And if anything, if one thing the WNBA All-Star didn't teach me, or that I didn't take from WNBA All-Star, I took one thing. And that is that I cannot stand Alyssa Thomas. I can't stand her. Not only does she stink, stinky dirty diaper, Alyssa Thomas is insufferable. I really wish she would pack her bags and go. Pack your bags and go. Alyssa Thomas, you're not needed in this league. You're not needed in this league. Your game stinks. You truck people and bulldoze people over. You're actually a liability to the players on the court. But Alyssa Thomas tends to really, really, really make the back of my elbows itch. She does. She does. Alyssa Thomas makes me, you know how some nights you have like restless leg syndrome? You're just trying to go to sleep, but you just keep moving your legs. That's how Alyssa Thomas makes me feel. She irritates me. Alyssa Thomas is that fire alarm, that smoke detector in your house when the battery goes low. Just annoying. let's take a look at what Alyssa Thomas had to say. During All-Star Weekend, when she was asked about the new fans of the WNBA.
Yes, I think, our sports culture, I think so many fans, feel they have the freedom to say whatever they want to us. And unfortunately, there's a lot of nasty things that come with it. At the end of the day, we're here doing our jobs, and they don't have people coming to their jobs saying these nasty things. So, we definitely have to protect the players better. It's unfortunate that it's come to this point, but I know we're going to continue to speak up about it, and we're just trying to play basketball. That's all.
Alyssa says we have to protect the players better because people are coming to the game yelling ugly things. I don't know, Alyssa. I don't think everyone agrees with you, Alyssa. But if anyone goes to watch you play, they probably are yelling, "Hey, get her out the game. She's going to hurt somebody." Or they might yell, "Hey, she stinks. She's awful." Someone else might yell, "Why does she shoot like that? Alyssa Thomas, you stink. What do you mean?" And then she says something as cringe as no one goes to their jobs and yell things at them. Alyssa Thomas, you're a professional women's basketball player. That means that you perform for sports fans. So if people don't think you're good at the game, I know you're used to the WNBA media, the slows. That's what they are, the slows. And a lot of the old fans, slows, telling you you're good. So when real sports fans are watching now and they're saying she stinks, her game is trash. Her game is so bad that the league just likes her and her relationship. So they give her a pass and disguise her lack of skill as physicality when really she should be playing rugby. Alyssa Thomas should wrestle or she should play rugby, but her basketball skill stinks. She's awful. And the WNBA media has a nerve to put her in conversations, MVP conversations. She's not an MVP. God, she's so insufferable. I can't stand Alyssa Thomas. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I don't like watching her play. I don't like listening to her talk. I don't like her pregame when she walks in the games. I don't like anything about Alyssa Thomas. Nothing. And if it were my dime and I was investing, I would tell her to take that shirt off that says "pay us what we're worth," and I would tell her to get out of my town because you're not worth a penny. Get out of my town. No one wants to pay you. Who's going to pay you, Alyssa? You don't have fans. No one likes you. Nobody. Seriously, she's grumpy. She's just so unlikable. And if you're wondering, if anyone is watching right now and saying, "Well, who is Alyssa Thomas? I haven't seen her play," I'll run. Let's just take a look at, just the key things Alyssa Thomas does when she plays. All right, that wasn't her that made the shot. She just 25 right here. She just dribble handoffs, and they saying that she's an assist leader in the league, but these are her assists, guys. These are her assists. Let me see who these are her assists that they're comparing to Caitlin Clark's. These are her assists. Oh, she's so awful. She's so awful. She stinks. They literally have the nerve to call her an assist. They count this as an assist. This is an assist. She's so awful. That should have been a moving screen. How does this count as an Alyssa Thomas assist? Shout out to at CC MVP Loading on Twitter. That's who I borrowed that video from, who was able to clip together that video to show, what the WNBA consider as assists. So shout out to them for that video. That's where I pulled it from. But nonetheless, Alyssa Thomas, Nalissa too, Nalissa Smith, but Alyssa Thomas game is just, it's unwatchable. It's unwatchable. Okay, nothing is exciting about your game. Nothing. Okay. So nonetheless, yes, that was another thing that I took from WNBA All-Star Weekend. While we're on All-Star Weekend, guys, if you haven't liked the video, make sure you like the video. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, and make sure if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the W360. Even if you are sitting in your closet and watching, and you're just waiting on me to say something that you don't like, so you can clip it and tweet it, or even if you're just screenshotting me sitting up here, subscribe. Subscribe. It's okay. That way you're not late to the show. At least you can get the notifications as to when I go live if you subscribe. All right. Now, Hoteps, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Angel Reese. This is not your segment. This is not your segment. This may be the time for you to log off. If you are sensitive about Angel Reese, if you are one of those Hoteps that are chronically online, typing and tweeting about Angel Reese all day and in my mentions and sending me all kind of emails and calculating up all her stats. No, don't even watch her games. There's no way you watch her games and can argue with things that I say. And just, if Hoteps, if you are watching right now, go ahead and hit the X button in the top right corner of your screen. Okay, this isn't your time. Okay, I don't want you to get yourselves upset. This isn't your time, Hoteps. All right, if you're one of those guys, and as I tweeted earlier, most of the time all of you sit down to pee and you watch Angel Reese TikToks at 2 a.m. with a bottle of Jergens under a cover in the dark when whoever you're living with is asleep. I need you to X out of this show, okay? This isn't personal about Angel Reese, okay? Hoteps, slows, X out of the show. Thank you, Next Level Boxing. Next Level Boxing says, why do a lot of beta males come at you for talking about Angel game or behavior? They get so mad. Oh, yeah, they went in today on social media. There's one slow out there that wants my attention so bad. He keeps tweeting, she want to go, I want to go one-on-one with her so bad, this and that. I said, why is he so angry? Why do those people get so angry all the time? Why? You guys don't have kids? All right. Black power. Men, exit out. Angel Reese attended the All-Star weekend, right? Of course, she was an All-Star. Angel Reese is a hoot. Okay. Right now, Angel Reese is playing her best basketball. Okay. I mean, it was nowhere to go but up. It was nowhere to go but up. When you're under the basket 90% of the time and she starts hitting her layups, that's great. Everyone is happy for her. I said it on my show. I said she's playing better basketball. I said the shoe was cute. You know, the beat was nice. The song is kind of cute. I said the shoe is cute. I said it, you know. She's playing better. Okay? She went from here to here. Okay? She went from here to here. Okay? Here to here. All right? No, we recognized it. I don't know what more. I don't think I don't know what Angel Reese fans want everyone to do. We're not going to pull. She went from here to here. Okay, she's improved. Yes, when you're missing a lot of layups and then you start making some of those layups, that's called improvement. Here to here. So, and I give her props. I do. I give her props. But this weekend, Angel Reese, as you guys know, the All-Star weekend was hosted in Indiana. Angel Reese decided to get online and troll because that's what she does. And I've said this before. Angel Reese is a hoot to me. Okay, she's a hoot. She's a trash talker. I love it. I wish other players would talk trash back, but God forbid if Caitlin Clark responds to any of this mess she does. God forbid. God forbid. It'll be a race war. It'll be a race war, and it's unfair. And I think Angel Reese plays on that. It's just bullying. It's bullying. It's kind of like media bullying or bullying through the media. But nonetheless. So someone said they want you to call her Reese. It's never going to happen. Nonetheless, Angel Reese goes online. She's in Indiana and she's riding around the city and she's putting out that I'm in your city and I'm taking over your city, right? So this is a shot at Caitlin Clark. For some reason, there's this one-sided beef with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark never responds. She's never responded. So Angel Reese is riding through Indiana. She's playing this song on like her TikTok, one of those apps, and she's saying, I'm in your city and I'm taking over your city. Right? So this is circulating online. Let's take a look at the video that Angel Reese put out to show that she was taking over Caitlin Clark's city.
The rebounding queen! Take it over, Angel! Take it over! Thank you!
This is so
the rebounding queen!
So right here, she's playing a song, or at least on TikTok, or it's something that's saying, I'm in your city, I'm taking over your city. I'm in your city, I'm taking over your city. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's in Indiana. She's saying, obviously she's saying there's a lot of people out there she's taking over.
The rebounding queen! Take it over!
But when she flipped this camera around, and let's count the people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's about 11 people out there.
Take it over!
There's a drunk guy here. He's clearly drunk. And I know he's drunk because I got an uncle just like that acts like that at the family reunion as soon as he started drinking gin. So I know that guy's drunk.
Take it over!
There's 1.5 fan out there.
Thank you.
There's 1.5 fan out there. Okay, let's play it one more time.
The rebounding queen! Take it over, Angel! Take it over!
Thank you.
Angel Reese, you gotta stop your madness, girl. You have to stop your madness. There is no way you are riding through that city and you flip that camera around to one drunk guy, one drunk uncle out there, 6 media people that were just taking pictures. They probably were like freelance photographers that take pictures of birds and signs and shit. And they just happened to see you pull up. And then there were about 3 fat white women out there. That was it. That was it. And you flip the camera around and say, I'm taking over your city. You stop your madness, Angel. You stop your madness. Seriously. That is not what a takeover looks like when you come to someone else's city. And these are the things you do where you set yourself up for people like me to put this on my show and laugh. Because, girl, what are you talking about? And the same ashy hoteps that's going to type me. Why weren't y'all out there on that sidewalk so y'all could have helped this girl in this video? Why? You don't have any responsibilities. I'm sure you have. You guys are the type of guys that run from responsibilities. So you had enough time. Why weren't you out there on that sidewalk so this child didn't look so dumb? Just dumb. Why were all the hoteps that just sit online all day, every day, just, why weren't y'all out there? You sent your drunk uncle to go, and he was drunk. I know he was drunk. I told you, I have an uncle like that act just like that. As soon as he started drinking Seagrams, he act just like that. He act just like that. I'm telling you. But and shout out to Room on Twitter, guys. If you follow me, I retweet her all the time. Please follow Room. Room tweeted and said, if she don't let them people cross the street, like, what are you thinking, Angel? You look dumb. This is crazy. So you set yourself up for this. So Angel, in case you're not aware of what it looks like to take over a city, when I come to your city, and take over, let me give you an example of what a takeover looks like when they come to your city. Let's just take a look. You're not aware? This is in Chicago. This is at the Chicago game. This is what a takeover looks like. This is in Chicago, guys. You can see the scoreboard up there. It's a Chicago game. This is what a takeover looks like when you go to your op city. Mind you, this was on Barbie night. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Hoteps, you guys should have shown up. This is what a takeover looks like. Okay. That's what a takeover looks like.
Game of the season.
That's what a takeover looks like. Play it again. Or Barbie night. looks like. What are y'all talking about? What are you talking about, hoteps? That's what a takeover looks like. That's what a takeover looks like. Not this.
The rebounding queen.
Not this.
Take it over, Angel. Take it over.
Affirmative.
Thank you.
We heard one voice. White Jesus is the takeover. White Jesus is the face of this league. White Jesus is the driver of the revenue. White Jesus is the one people want to see. White Jesus is the takeover. Deal with it. Deal with it. Hoteps. Slows. Cry harder. Your fake ass takeover is a hit. It's a hit. You shut your pie hole and don't come typing all these paragraphs at me. Seriously. If you have two eyes, you can see what the real takeover is. The takeover queen resides in Indiana, and her name is White Jesus. Deal with it. Hoteps. All right. Where are we at? Oh, we're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. It's okay. In addition to the All-Star Weekend, just to throw out there, because we keep everything real on this show. All right. The viewership decreased. Regardless of what ESPN tries to put out there, you can't fool the people because there are shows like this one. You have shows like shout out to Rose at Black and White Sports. Shout out to Ben Daniels, who I love so much. I love Rose as well. Shout out to CDS Sports. And I'm sure it's other shows out there that Live Wire as well that will tell you the truth. Okay? You don't have to listen to mainstream that just feeds you a bunch of bullshit. The viewership from last year's All-Star game to this year's All-Star game decreased. Okay. Again, I'm not the one that's going to sit here and applaud a decrease in viewership because I've said it before on this channel. I'll always say I love the league. Well, I crack jokes, but I support the league. I love the league. Of course, I want the league to grow and I want it to be successful at the end of the day. I'm going to criticize players. I'm going to crack jokes. And give a comedic commentary show. But at the end of the day, we're all here because we watch the games and or I would assume, I can speak for myself, you support the league. Okay? Nonetheless, the viewership did decrease from last year to this year. However, ESPN, they tried to put out and say that ESPN airs most watched WNBA skills and three-point contest ever. 1.3 million average views. That was up 89% versus last year's WNBA skills and three-point contest. Okay? Then they say 2.2 million average viewers watched the All-Star game opposed to 2023 WNBA All-Star game. So are we just going to forget about 2024? What are we doing? What are we talking about? What are we doing? What are we talking about? What are we doing? So, no, Um, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. The viewership went down. There were a lot less viewers. Where's the numbers, actually? I thought I had it up here. Sorry, guys. 1 second. There were a lot less viewers for this year's All-Star game. Let me pull up the numbers here. All right, in 2024, 3.44 million people watched last year's All-Star game. This year, 2.2 million people watched. Okay, so what's happening is ESPN is pointing out, 2.2 million people watched this year. That's 158% higher versus 2023. Why aren't you comparing it to 2024? Well, I'll tell you, folks. It's not a hard question to answer. The reason why they aren't comparing it to 2024 because it's going to directly tell you that without Caitlin Clark playing, the viewership plummets. The viewership plummets, and the WNBA does not want to recognize that for some reason. For some reason, they don't want to recognize that. Right? It's delusional. Delusional. Who needs enemies? You got the WNBA right there. You don't need any enemies. Caitlin Clark doesn't need any enemies in this world. She has the WNBA and the mainstream media that's now on board. So that's a fact, which can go into our next conversation. Let's talk about the protest. Let's talk about the protest. Let's talk about the protest. Give me 1 second. Here, I'll just grab this picture. I don't know why it won't pull up, but let me pull it up right here, right quick. All right. Okay. Let's talk about it, folks. So, one of the main storylines from this past weekend wasn't the fact that, you still had 2 point something million people that tuned in, right? Which is what the WNBA and mainstream media should have just focused on. Just focus on it. Like 2.2 million people tuned into the WNBA All-Star game despite Caitlin Clark not playing. You don't have to compare it to other years, especially not the previous year, but the year before last. You want to skip the previous year, but we're going to compare it to the year before last. You don't even have to do that. Just focus on 2.2 million people tuned into this mess, which the game stumped, by the way. But one of the leading stories that came from WNBA All-Star Weekend was the fact that the women showed up to the All-Star game with shirts that said, "Pay us what you owe us." All right? So basically the women, of course, if you don't know, the women are in negotiation deal for the CBA and basically what they're going to be paid next season. What they're going to be paid next season. Okay, so they're negotiating with, the higher ups as far as what they're going to be paid. They protested, you can see here, before the WNBA game, All-Star game, and then they went out there and just basically showed you what they're worth for the All-Star game. Now, it's an All-Star game. I wasn't expecting, a game 7 of the finals. I wasn't expecting that. But definitely was expecting a little more effort. But I don't think it was a good look to go out and give what the NBA gives for their All-Star game. That's clearly a failing product. No one tunes into the All-Star game. Unfortunately, you ladies can't have a dunk contest. Your dunk contest is a skills contest. Okay? So I would think that the WNBA players would give a little more effort in the All-Star game to make up for the fact that you don't have a dunk contest. Your All-Star game is the dunk contest. But they don't see that. I don't know who's talking to these ladies. In my opinion, I think it's a Gumake. It has to be Neka Ogumake. So they're basically protesting or arguing that they want a higher share of the revenue, okay, that comes in. Most leagues make 50% of the revenue that comes in. The WNBA players, they make 9% of the revenue that comes in. So they want a higher percentage. And what they're arguing, since the league has secured a $2.2 billion media rights deal, they want a higher percentage of that, of the revenue next year when this new media rights deal takes place. I'm not mad at it, ladies. If you want your money, get your money. Argue for your money. I would never sit on my platform and say, what do you mean you arguing for more money? I mean, I don't know how many people that's watching me work a regular job, but at my job, every year we're getting a raise, right? We're getting a raise, aren't we? I pull my VP every year. Hey, I just want to give you this spreadsheet here. This is what I help generate. This is what I've traveled and did. This is what I've done. You know, things of such. So I'm not one to say not to fight for more money. I mean, you have a $2.2 billion media deal. Yes, give the ladies more money. I think Caitlin Clark should have a higher salary than $70,000 or $80,000, whatever it is. Angel Reese should have a higher salary than $70,000 or $80,000. Absolutely. Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafan, all the rookies that come in, right? They should have higher salaries. I don't think Bree Turner should make $100 and something thousand. No, I don't. I think Bree Turner should make about $40,000. $45,000. That's about fair. You don't play. All you do is practice. You do about what everyone else do that go to the gym 5 times a week. If you go to LA Fitness or World Gym or Planet Fitness or wherever everyone goes to the gym, that's what Bree Turner does. She should make what the average 9-to-5 person make, $40,000 a year. Right? So I'm not mad at the ladies asking for more money. Where I, to be fair, find myself to be just a little confused. Just a little confused are these shirts. And I promise you, I'm talking in good faith here. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm talking in good faith. The shirts say, pay us what you owe us. And I think the part that's throwing me off is when you say, owe us. And I say, am I tripping? Because I know, and I'm not trying to be that guy, y'all haven't made a profit. The league is in deficit, right? But the league, to be fair, the league has not turned a profit. So when someone invests in you and you haven't been able to make them that money back, how do they owe, that investor owe you money? I'm honestly asking in good faith here. I would love to have a player on to break it down to me. These are college graduates. You guys should know we're all college graduates. I'm asking, how are you owed money? That's the word that's throwing me off. Whoever came up with this shirt slogan should be fired. It's no one, and I really have a good feeling that it was probably Shanae and Neka Ogumake. It was those two that probably came up with this slogan. It's ridiculous. It's awful. So I looked up the definition because I said I just want to be clear here as far as what I'm talking about. The definition of owe. To owe someone means to have an obligation to pay or repay something, especially money, in return for something received. That's what Google said, okay? And Google is right. Google is always right. So according to Google, when you owe someone, it says it right there, when you owe someone, that's an obligation to pay or repay something, especially money, in return for something received. So if someone was to come to me and say, CJ, you owe me this, or you owe me money, I would say, well, when did you ever give it to me? How do I owe you this? So I would like an explanation in that. I would like an explanation. I would like to, can you guys explain what do you mean owe? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean? You know, and that's why I think that, you know, their demands aren't taken very seriously because everyone knows that the league hasn't profited. So I think that the wording is off. I think that these players are very unlikable. That's making the demands. You know, when you have people like Neka Ogumake, who's the president of the WNBA, you have Asia Wilson. I mean, no one takes the WNBA seriously, especially after that Christine Brennan thing. No one takes them serious. You have Asia Civil Rights Wilson, who's been a complainer, who's complained and said that her blood boils because of the new fans, who during a game told the new fans, chill, relax. Y'all need to chill when, you know, the fans were just cheering. We're just cheering after a hard foul. You have an Alyssa Thomas, no one likes. Dejanay Carrington, no one likes. Nalissa Smith, no one likes. DeWanna Bonner, no one likes. These women aren't very likable. So one, you're not likable. Two, you're making demands. No one's going to take this seriously. If it was my money, I'd tell you to pack your bags and go. Pack your bags and go. I tell you to get out of my town. Get out of my town. You're going to take what I give you. That's what you're going to do, Ogumake. You shouldn't even still be in this league. Alyssa Thomas, you're not even enjoyable to watch play. DeWanna Bonner, you're a scammer. You're a liar. Dejanay Carrington, you're getting paid way too much. You're making $200,000 a year. You're getting paid way too much. Nalissa Smith, you're overpaid. Brittany Griner, you should retire. Tina Charles, you should retire. Brittany Sykes, no one enjoys watching you play. So a lockout, I think, isn't a great idea. I think it'll just be a reality check. Again, make it make sense to me, ladies, so I can stand behind you and say, hey, let's let the ladies get more money because I'm on your side. I want to be on your side. I'm defending you. Trust me, in real life, I'm going back and forth with people every day like, well, no, it's fair. The women that make it make sense. Make it make sense so we can try to stand behind you. Damn. Seriously. We want to ride with you. I'm not against you. We want to ride with you. But it's really looking like a lot of you older players who don't have very many fans are trying to ride the coattails of the new generation. That's what this CBA deal, who this new media rights deal is for. It's not for you, Brittany Griner and Neka Ogumake and Sykes, and it's not for you guys. It's for White Jesus and Sonia Citron and Kiki Riafin and Juju Watkins, Flage, Hannah Hidalgo, Malaysia Wiley, Madison Booker, Olivia Miles, Ashlyn Watkins, Raven Johnson, like these players that are coming into the league that actually have fans and it's going to generate views. It's not for you guys, honestly. So if anything, I would tell you to shut your pie hole and just take what you can get. Now, we want to ride with you. Like I said, Alyssa Thomas, I would never give you a dime. I'm just being completely honest with you. I would never give you anything. Anything. I would give Alyssa Thomas nothing. DeWanna Bonner, I wouldn't give her the pair of shoes on my feet. If it was the ground was on fire and I had another pair of shoes in my bag and we were trying to run for cover and she was barefoot, I would tell her, you better run. You better run like you ran from Indiana. I have nothing. 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 Try to be more likable. Then people will probably want to stand for you. Kelly, that's AZ. But like it's a lot of Sarah Strong, it's a lot of players coming into the league where this league is going to be very competitive and enjoyable to watch. You ladies, I think you guys should just take what you're getting now and just hush. Shh, shh, shh. Be quiet. Be quiet. You're talking too loud. Shh. Shh. Be quiet. You're talking too loud. Just be happy you're there. You're talking too loud. No one cares about what you're saying. Nobody cares about you. Nobody is coming to watch you play. Be quiet. Don't go to any more meetings. Don't go. Don't negotiate anything. Be quiet. Shut up. You're going to ruin it for everyone. Brittany Griner, your ship has sailed. Your ship has sailed. Tina Charles, you can't negotiate any more money. Alyssa Thomas, you've stolen enough. DeWanna Bonner, you should be in jail. Shh. Be quiet. Shh. Shh. Be quiet. You ladies have stolen enough money. Be quiet. So that's where we're at with that. Nonetheless, good luck to the ladies in the negotiation. I hope that everyone can come to a common ground and a fair number. I think they should get higher than 9%. Not Bree Turner. I think Bree Turner should get 2%. I think Alyssa Thomas should just play for free. I think she should voluntarily play at this point just to kind of give back to the league. DeWanna Bonner too. All right. Where we at? Guys, just to let you guys know what's going on around the league right now as far as the other games tonight. All right, the Wings. They lost to the Seattle Storm, or they beat the Seattle Storm 87-63. How the hell did Seattle lose to Dallas? The Aces beat the Dream 87-72. America's team lost tonight 84-98. And Minnesota Lynx, the Studbudz, lost. They may have to turn off that stream and look at some film. They lost 91 to. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The Studbudz won. The Studbudz beat the Chicago Sky 91-68. Angel, Black Reese's. All right, Hoteps. If y'all want her to have a nickname that bad, fine. But call her Black Reese's. Call her Black Reese's. White Shoes is Black Reese's. You got a nickname. Angel Reese's. They lost. They lost again. 68-91 to the Minnesota Lynx, the Studbudz. Natisha Heidemann, we hope she's okay. Looks like she went out the game with the ankle injury. She had to be taken back to the locker room. All right. And the Mystics. They lost tonight. Kiki Ariafan and Sonia Citron. They lost tonight 86-93 to the Los Angeles Sparks. Okay. Tomorrow's games. It looks like Atlanta Dream will play the Phoenix Mercury. All right. So if you guys care about any one of those teams, you can catch that game tomorrow. You can catch that game tomorrow if you care. All right. Phoenix Mercury is with Dewana Bonner, who ran out on the Liberty. And Alyssa Thomas. If you have absolutely nothing else to do, catch that game. It comes on at 9 p.m. on CBS. Phoenix Mercury against the Atlanta Dream. That's the only game for tomorrow. And then Thursday, America's team played the Las Vegas Aces at 7 p.m. All right? All right, guys. Listen. Before we get out of here, I want to let you know, if you have a dog, okay? If you have a dog and you live in a community where you walk said dog, I'd like dog owners to be more responsible, okay? Little dogs are very cute. Love them. I don't have a dog anymore. I used to have a Yorkie. Don't have him. She's no longer with us, okay? Love dogs. I'm a dog lover. But I want to just give advice to all dog owners out there, especially ones of vicious dogs. Not everyone thinks your pit bulls are cute, okay? Not everyone thinks your pit bulls are friendly. Put your pit bulls on a rope, okay? Put your Rottweilers on a rope. Put your, what is that other aggressive dog? Your boxers, put them on a rope. Not everyone thinks they're friendly and not everyone knows they're friendly, okay? I'd hate to hear that your dog is no longer with you because you think that you can walk around a community with your dog not on a leash, okay? Pit bulls are ticking time bombs. I know pit bull owners are the most delusional people in this world because they think pit bulls are friendly. They're just walking ticking time bombs, okay? Put your dog on a leash when you're walking it in public. I'd hate to send your dog to doggy heaven. All right? With that being said, W360 Nation, I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at the W360_, at the W360_. Miss Fan says slow of the week. Slow of the week is at the end of the week. It's at the end of the week. I didn't want to do slow of the week on All-Star Weekend. It would have just kind of been, but slow of the week is at the end of the week. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it at the end of this week. Okay. Follow me on Twitter at the W360_, at the W360_. Okay. Also, make sure you have your notifications turned on for YouTube. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. All right. Until next episode. Peace and